Good evening, everyone. This is Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust Latur MS India organizing daily international webinar series. In this series, speakers are invited from India and abroad. Every day, they are delivering on various topics as per their field of interest and research. Today, we welcome Dr. N.V. Madam, who is Assistant Professor Saradha Gangadharan College Autonomous at Puducherry, and her topic is DEI and Employee Wellbeing. I welcome you, ma'am, from my organization and from all the participants.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, before only 2 to 3 hours, I have requested and you have joined here. It's a great help by you. Thank you, first of all, for accepting our invitation and joining here as a speaker. I welcome all the participants, those who are joined here, and I wish all the best for your presentation. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir, for the warm welcome and for the invite too. So I am here for the fourth time, and I'm grateful to you, sir, for considering me again. Okay. So thank you so much. So let me move on to my presentation. Let me share my screen. Sir, am I audible? I'm clear, right, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. Okay. So the topic for the presentation today is DEI and Employee Wellbeing. So DEI, it's diversity, equity, and inclusion. We all know nowadays the organizations, they are concentrated not only on the performance, but they are more concentrated on the people, that means the employees, their well-being and their inclusivity, because it leads to the success of the organization. So as Sir told, I'm Dr. Ann, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, Saradha Gangadharan College Autonomous, Pondicherry. So DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. So we will be seeing one by one. So diversity. So when we hear the word diversity, we know it's diverse or different. So that means the people from different backgrounds. It can be, employees in an organization, they will be from different family background, different cultural background, and different educational background. And they have different characteristics, right? So it is about who represents the organization, what type of employees represent the organization. So the diversity can be based on the race, gender, age of the employees, religion of the employees, the ability and skills of the employees, talents of the employees, and the experience of the employees. So that is about diversity. So now about equity. So DEI, the second part is equity. So equity is the fair treatment of all people in the workplace. Often people get doubt about, or they are not clear about what is equality and equity. Equality means treating everybody in the same way. Okay, giving equal treatment to everyone. But equity means treating the people as per their needs. I can give you a small example with regard to the classroom. For example, suppose we have informed the students about a presentation in the classroom. So we have told them that all the students, each student will be given 2 minutes to present. That is equality. But what is equity? When we are considering a few students who are scared of the presentation or who are not that much motivated to present, they need a bit of extra time for the presentation. So considering them and providing what they need is equity. Okay, so this is the difference between equality and equity. So in equity, they have equal access to the resources, advancement opportunities in the organization, and the salary, the standards of the organization. So it is about identifying and eliminating the challenges that have traditionally disadvantaged certain groups. So this is about equity. Now, inclusion, including everyone. So we have already seen in diversity that there are people from different backgrounds. So those employees have to be treated with dignity and fairness. So when there are different type of people, definitely there will be different opinions and different perspectives. So the leader, what they have to do, they have to consider the different perspectives and different opinions of the employees, and those opinions and perspectives have to be welcomed and considered. So the individuals, when they are considered, the employees will have a sense of belongingness. They feel that they are the part of the organization. So they have a sense of belongingness in the organization. So they will have better access to career advancement, the opportunities in the organization, the growth in the organization, leadership, and contribution to the organization. And this will help in addressing the discrimination, bias, and exclusion in the organization. So hope you are clear with DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. So now let's see about employee well-being. You know, employee is a person who works in an organization. So nowadays, the organizations name employees in different names. For example, the employees are called, we all know the employees are the assets of an organization. Without employees, the organization cannot survive, especially with the skilled and talented employees. So the employees are called the human assets, human capital, or knowledge assets or knowledge capital by the organization. So the well-being is crucial for any organization. So employee well-being is crucial or it's relevant for any organization. So it's crucial for the success of the organization. Okay. So what is employee well-being? So it is about the overall health, or it's about the holistic health, the happiness and the satisfaction which the employees derive from the organization or from the workplace. So there are various aspects like physical, mental, emotional, financial aspects. Okay, so it informs the temperamental state or it informs the emotional state of an employee at work. So when they have a clear well-being or when their overall health is improved, they can contribute better to the organization. So now let's see various facets of employee well-being or various aspects or various dimensions of employee well-being. So I have given 5 dimensions here. They are physical, mental, social, emotional, and financial. So now let's see one by one. Okay. So what is physical well-being? So when we hear about physical well-being, we know very well that it's about our body, physical health, right? Health of the employees and their lifestyle habits. So how can an employee achieve this physical well-being? So there are various means. The one is through healthy food and nutritious food. Another one is through relaxation and stress management. Another one is through fitness and exercise. So this health and well-being that motivates the employees and it brings about a positive change in the employee. So once an employee is healthy or once his physical well-being is good, he can contribute better to the organization. We all know the proverb, health is wealth, right? So once an employee is healthy or his physical well-being is improved, he can contribute well to the organization, thereby the productivity increases and it leads to the success of the organization. Now, about mental well-being. Okay, it's about mental well-being. It's about how a person thinks or how an employee thinks. Okay, it's about emotional balance, life satisfaction, and a sense of purpose and fulfillment. The satisfaction which an employee derives. Okay, so it can be about the self-confidence of the employee, self-acceptance and acceptance of the employee, whatever be the strengths or weaknesses, the employee can be self-acceptable. Okay, the employee should accept himself. Okay, whatever be his strengths or weaknesses. And he can express gratitude, whether a small thing or a bigger thing, the employee can express gratitude and resilience, overcoming whatever be the challenges, the employee should be able to overcome it. That is resilience and letting go attitude. Whatever challenge comes in my way, I should overcome it. Okay, let it come and go. I will strive forward and achieve my goals. Okay, this is about mental well-being. Now let's see about social well-being. Social well-being, it's about building good relationships. Nowadays, we talk about networking. So for networking, we are connected with people through various media, right? Through, especially through social media. And we all know LinkedIn. So it is a professional media where we can get in touch with people with similar backgrounds. So building good relationship with co-workers or people working in other organizations. So when they have good networking or good relationship, they feel that they are part of the organization. So they will have a sense of belongingness. So when they feel that they are the part of the organization, they can discuss better. So they can share their ideas and they can share their values too. Next one is emotional well-being. Emotional well-being is it's about how you feel. We have seen that mental well-being is about how you think, but emotional well-being is how you feel. Okay. So it is recognizing and experiencing and managing a numerous thoughts and feelings in a constructive way. You know, constructive way means it's like a logical way or a systematic way. Okay. So the people can have, if a person has emotional well-being, he will have good self-esteem. He will feel confident. He will feel satisfied. Okay, he will take part in everyday activities in the organization. Okay, and he will be happy, and he can make people happy around. People around him also happy. Okay, he can be satisfied and he can also make people around him satisfied. Okay, so it's about emotional well-being. That is how people feel about himself and also about others. So when people think about others, a concept comes here that is empathy. That is understanding others' feelings. You know, empathy is one of the important aspects that we should have in, while we work at the workplace. Okay, so empathy. So it helps us to understand others' emotions and feelings. So that will help us to work better, and also we can understand others' feelings and we can also motivate them also to work better. So now the financial well-being. So what is financial well-being? So it focuses on managing the finances and it's about job security. Okay. So we have to make the most of the money from day to day. So instead of spending the complete amount, we have to save a particular amount for our to meet some emergencies or contingencies. Something unexpected or unforeseen might happen. So we should have some financial security or financial well-being to face those unforeseen circumstances. So we should keep a track for a healthy financial future. Okay. So there should be salary fairness and also financial planning support from the organization. So hope you have understood the various facets of the employee well-being. So now let's see the impact of DEI on employee well-being. That is diversity, equity, and inclusion on employee well-being. So it's given in two columns. The first column, it explains the DEI aspects, and the second column, its impact on the employee well-being. So the first one is inclusive culture, the belongingness. Okay, employees will have greater belonging to the organization, and that will reduce the stress of the employees. Okay, employees will feel less stressed and they can contribute better to the organization. Second aspect is equity and fairness. Equity, we have seen that giving the employees based on their requirements and need. So that increases job satisfaction. Psychological safety. So when we usually talk about physical safety in the organization, right? but psychological safety is also important. So that will give a better mental health outcome. Okay, mental health is also as important as the physical health. Okay, so psychological safety is as important as the physical safety too. Then, inclusive leadership. Okay, leader should be a person who includes his team members in the decision making process. So that will keep the employees engaged. So there will be higher engagement, and that will support in the growth of the employees and also the growth of the organization. So ultimately, that is what the organization wants, right? So the employees should grow, and at the same time, the organization also should grow. And the last one is authentic implementation of DEI. Instead of just a token effort for the sake of implementing or just for showing off, we need the organizations need not implement DEI. There should be authentic implementation. So that will bring about sustained benefits for the organization. So that will reduce the absenteeism of the employees. Okay, the organizations can have skilled and talented employees. The talented employees, they won't leave the organization. Okay, so that will bring about sustained well-being of the organization. So while the overall impact of DI is completely positive, its effectiveness depends on effective implementation. It should be an effective implementation. It should not be just a token effort. For the sake of implementing, it should not be implemented, but it should be genuinely implemented in the organization. So it should be inculcated, or it should be integrated into the culture and the systems. So that will build trust and improve the overall well-being of the employee as well as the organization. So just a superficial DEI implemented to improve the employees and organizations experience. Next one is benefits of DEI at the workplace. So what are the advantages of diversity, equity, and uh, inclusion at the workplace? So we have about 12 points. Okay, so we will see one by one. The first one is happier employees. You know, happy employees are the assets of the organization. When the employees are happy, they contribute better to the organization, right? So how can the employees be kept happy? So employees can be rewarded for their performance. They can be recognized. For this, what can the organizations do? So they can provide Best Employee of the Month award or Best Employee of the Year award. So recognize openly, okay, appreciate the employees openly. So that will make the employees happy. Second one is increased employee engagement. Okay, when the employees are happy, they keep working. So they are engaged. So there are no room for any conflict because they are completely engaged and they are contributing to the organization. So this will make the employee happy because they are completely engaged and they feel proud of themselves and they are self-confident too. What is the reason? Because they contribute to the organization. Third one is improved well-being. Already we have seen various aspects of well-being. So the important benefit of DI is the well-being of the employees is improved. So when the well-being is improved or when the well-being is updated, that will improve the performance of the employees. So thereby it contributes to the overall performance of the organization. Then the fourth point is better employee retention. You know, when the employees are happy or when this DEI is implemented authentically in the organization, better employees can be retained. They never leave the organization. So talented, skilled, and uh, well talented employees can be retained in the organization. Then more creativity or better creativity. When the employees, diverse employees work in the organization, or when the diverse employees are included in the organization, they will have diverse perspectives. or different perspectives or different suggestions, different ideas. When these different ideas are given importance, because the employees will be given creative ideas. So their creativity can be inculcated in the activities of the organization. So the output or the outcome will be more effective. Okay. Then sixth one is better collaboration. Collaboration means working together. So there can be better collaboration between the employees. They work together, so they can be collaborated well. The seventh point, less workplace disagreements. Disagreements means the conflicts. There will be lesser conflicts among the employees and also between the employees and the manager. Then enhanced decision making or improved decision making. Sorry. Less conflict among the employees. That means employees, they feel satisfied, they feel happier. So they don't have any disagreement because they don't have time to create conflicts in the organization. Then enhanced decision making. I think we were talking about that. That is improved decision making. So as I told you, the employees will have diverse perspectives, and these diverse perspectives can be implemented in the organization. So employees can suggest better decisions, and those better decisions can be implemented by the managers. And the ninth point, it can be with regard to an educational institution, better academic experiences. So teachers and the students, teachers, what they can do, they can also get the suggestions from the students. Those students also can be included in the decision making process. So once they are included, the process will go smooth. So there will be more interaction from the part of the students too. Then next point is successful learning outcome. So the outcome or the output will be successful. So employees will show more interest in learning and they will show better result. If it is with regard to a classroom, the students will give better outcome or better output. Then next point is reduced likelihood of issues. There are less chances of creating issues in the organization because they will be peaceful, there will be lesser conflict, lesser issues, and they can work with content. Okay, they will be satisfied in the organization. And the last one is confidence in supporting the entire team. So another advantage of DEI is the employees feel confident. Okay, so they can support the entire team. Normally, if all the members in the team are satisfied, the team will be motivated and they perform better. Suppose you imagine if one member in a team is dissatisfied, the complete attitude of of that team changes, right? Okay, some negative feelings might come in. So when the employees are satisfied and motivated, they can perform better. Okay, so these are the certain benefits of DEI at the workplace. Now let's see the 5 C's of employee well-being. So this framework is given by University of Michigan. So what are the 5 C's? So we will see contentment, calmness, compassion, courage, and clarity. So what is contentment? It is satisfaction with the work. Okay. So the employees will feel satisfied or they find satisfaction in working in that particular organization. So they are peaceful at their work. They can work with peace and a calm mind. Next one is calmness. That means low stress, emotional tranquility. Tranquility is nothing but peace. Okay, they are emotionally peaceful. So when an individual is emotionally peaceful, he will have less stress. Okay, so when there is less stress, he can think well and he can contribute well to the organization. Third C is compassion. That is empathy and kindness towards oneself and others. So what is empathy? Understanding others' feelings. That is much important in an organization, right? So we have to be empathetic. When we are empathetic, we can understand ourselves better and also we can understand others too. Then courage. So the boldness. Nowadays, we need much of this, right? Courage. So the strength to face the challenges. And we have to, even though we are working on challenges, we should not leave our values. Okay. With upholding our values, we have to face the challenges in the organization. Okay. Then the last one is clarity. That means mental sharpness and understanding. Okay. Clear thinking, focus. That is much required in a workplace. Okay. So this is the framework to understand the employee well-being. Next one, let's see a few strategies to improve employee well-being. Okay. So what are the certain strategies to to improve the employee well-being? The first one is focus on recognition. As I told you before, the employees can be recognized. That means employee can be appreciated openly. He can be rewarded. He can be provided with both financial and non-financial incentives. So when we talk about financial incentives, some cash awards or bonus can be given. When we talk about non-financial incentives, promotion, appreciation, then certificates. Okay, best employee of the month award can be given for recognizing the employees. Second one is encourage continuous feedback. Okay, the employees can be given opportunity to provide feedback. For that, anonymous feedback or surveys can be conducted. Okay, where the employees need not mention their names, right? So employees will feel free to express their opinion, because when the employees are asked to mention their names, they might hesitate, right? So employees should be encouraged to provide feedback. And if the employer has to give some feedback, let it be in a private session. Instead of criticizing the employee openly, the feedback can be given in a private session. Third one is offer and encourage PTO, that is paid time off. More flexibility can be given to the employees, like work from home option. Then employees can be encouraged to take leave, I mean, to avail leave peacefully. And they should not be disturbed regarding work during the holidays or the weekends. So during the holidays and the weekends, the employees uh, can be left free, right? So they should not be disturbed based on the work aspects. And the last one is build a culture of belonging. Okay, so the employees should take effort to build a culture of belonging, so that the employees will feel uh, uh, will have a sense of belongingness towards the organization. They feel that they are the part of the organization. Okay, so these are the certain strategies that can be adopted by the organization to improve the employee well-being. So to conclude, DEI, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion, they are the essential pillars for building a positive, productive, and sustainable workplace. Okay, so it helps in improving the overall well-being of the employees. And this employee well-being, we have already seen various facets. This employee well-being, it helps in creating a culture of trust, collaboration, growth, and inclusivity in the organization. So when organizations invest in people through DEI, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion and well-being, they don't just build better workplaces, but they build lasting success of the organization. So this DEI and well-being are essential for creating a positive, productive, and sustainable workplace. It will help in bringing a good organizational culture, organizational climate. So when there is a good organizational climate, the employees will be happy. They will be more productive. That will contribute to the overall success of the organization. Thank you and happy learning.
Thank you. And it is a very useful topic because every organization is having the employee as a hub, and the well-being skills and well-being things of the employee are very much useful to have the progress of any organization or any unit. So the points which you have explained here are very effectively explained with your PPT. And moreover, within 2 hours, you have prepared yourself and joined here and avoided the break in the series. We are very much thankful for you. Now, I request all the participants they can unmute and they can discuss without speaker, please.
So if any of the participant has any additional points, you may please contribute. Yeah, good evening, Swanand Shukla sir.
Hello, good evening, Dr. BETKAR sir, Principal sir. Good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you have made. And
Thank you, sir.
in real, what we can say, you have placed the ideal situation. How the organization should work. That is what you have explained. But there are so many dynamics you'll find in the organizations, right? When we are talking about every point, right, of this equity, and you have explained very well. Involvement you have mentioned very well. But the thing is, you'll find that it is not just, how the organization recognize, the employee, but you'll find the interpersonal relationship between the people is also very essential. So
Exactly.
if the institution wants to implement this principle, but the people, in between them, they don't have this kind of sense of well-being, right? You live, I will live, so that kind of condition is not there. So pulling legs, we are having, everyone is ready for this. Whenever any time they get opportunity, they are the you'll find they are the people who are coming forward. They pull the legs, they make the complaint, they go and they give inputs to the managements, right? And then you'll find maybe the person is not like that, but the inputs which are coming, you'll find that defines. So the equity question, it is not a very easily acceptable, but organization may have that principle. They may put up all these boards on the, but there are so many dynamics, right? You'll find, and especially, you said there is a, equity means what? Means you said first point is what, that they are not at one level. They are the different cultures. They are from, ages are different and languages are different. And one more thing is there. Yeah, one more thing I want to add, that is that payment scale of the person also matters a lot, right? Because that is the only thing which brings competitive drive and the race among the population, that organization team. And organization means it is a teamwork, and this organization then you'll find get disturbed because of this kind of competitive drive. And another situation is there, whenever you want to accomplish your job within a time schedule, right? Many of the time it happens that we forget all these rules and we are keeping them aside, and then we started putting blame game. We start with the blame game, and the thing goes in a very wrong way. So instead of moving in the right direction, we may get withheld, or we may get pulled back. So what do you think about this, that group dynamics? How to manage that group dynamics is very essential. How to implement this in among the employers? What kind of programs? Some managements are organizing programs and interactive sessions, and all these things are there. But I'm very positive about this, what you have said. But this is a real scenario, what we can see, right? Let it may be a governmental offices, let it may be a private offices, right? It may be a small organization, it may be a huge or large organization. So all this, how we can protect from all these aspects, that is my question. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question, sir. So in my opinion, so organizations can conduct some inclusivity training programs, not only for the employees, but also, not only for the team members, but also for the managers. Okay. So when such training programs happen, there comes lots of interaction between the people, right, sir? So that is the point, or that is the time where they can share their feelings. Okay, as you told, that brings in that will improve the interpersonal relationship, right? So they will have better networking. They can share their experiences, feelings. So that will bring more, coherence between the members of the team, right, sir?
Yes, correct, ma'am. And wonderful thing that we should have that integrity, among the all the organization members. And we are having, a very segregated workload also. They are not overlapping on each other. So I think if we can play our innings, like a cricket match, the bowlers are playing their inning, the batsmen are playing their innings, and fielders are. I think the things will become smooth. And very important thing, what I feel that IT sector, they are giving, the projects and the target. So the whole team run behind that project and the target. Many of the time it happens that in some of the organizations that the people who are working, for what reason they are doing this job, they don't know. And when many of the times only the superior, what we can say, there are management, the supreme management, middle management, lower management, these people are knowing, but other people, they don't find that involvement. And what you have said correctly, involvement should be there. Giving, this is our target, this is not my target, this is our target, and pushing people, for this with a positive attitude, that is very important. Otherwise telling them you stay back, and if you will not finish this work, then what will happen, I will curtail down your payment. This kind of negativity is not there. So if we are having that objective behind us, I know we can implement diversity, as well as what you said, equity, not equality, but equity and involvement. So I really appreciate your presentation, ma'am. Thank you very much. Really thought provoking. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for your just a minute. Thank you so much, sir, for supplementing. Thank you so much, sir, for your additional points too. I will take it, and I agree with you too, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sir, for discussing and concluding this session effectively. And I request others also, they can discuss with our speaker today. If anyone want to discuss, they can unmute. Feedback link is available in the chat box. All participants are requested to fill the feedback. Thank you, ma'am. It was important for us to join someone today, and you have supported us. We are very much thankful to you. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you so much, sir, once again for the invite. And because it's a knowledge sharing session, so I thought it will be of great help for you, not only for you, but also for the participants. So I accepted the invitation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you to all participants. Thank you, Javid Singh, for your emojis, and thank you to all. Kindly fill the feedback link so that you can issue your certificate. Thank you, Surya Vyas, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.